Action. Very important for Bayern Munich to make a good start here. After 9 defeats in a row, the last thing you want to do is fall behind by 7 or 8 points in the first few minutes. So if they can give themselves some confidence, keep the fans on their side, it'll give them a much more comfortable evening. Maccabi with the first possession though, and it's Lonnie Walker kicking it back. Full remains Sorkin, who's off the mark, but he's fouled in the act of shooting. So that's not a great start for David McCormack. And it will send Sorkin to the foul line. It is notable that Svetislav Pesic has sent out maybe his best 3 rebounders from the start. De Silva, Lucic and McCormack. All there to try and maybe set the tempo early on, set the rhythm. A slow, low-scoring game would suit Bayern much better. But Sorkin is up and running with the free throws. Lucic inside for McCormack, battling away again with Sorkin, and one. So honours even in their early head-to-head. McCormack conceding the foul in the act of shooting. Again, Sorkin in the first possession. And right back at him here, so he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. David McCormack, averaging only 4 points per game this season. He's up to 3 already tonight. Full court pressure applied by Bayern. On the dribble, escaping it was Brissett, but no, he's turned it over with the pass under pressure. That is the kind of defense that Coach Pesic will demand from his players. Heeding the message so far. Lucic into De Silva against Jalen Horde, spins around, gets trapped and has it taken away by Sorkin. Good defense from Maccabi. Now Jimmy Clark gets it back from Brissett. Finds Sorkin, who's got a Brissett wide open on the perimeter. Makes it. They have excellent shooters from long range, do Maccabi. The big men can knock them down as well. Now Lucic will try and answer in similar fashion. Can't do so, but De Silva finds Obst, who has the easy layup. Good work from Oscar De Silva, making the offensive rebound and then the well-timed pass. So both offenses moving smoothly. There's a steal, though. McCormack and Hollatz combining. And now De Silva. Transition basketball from Bayern. We're used to that more from Maccabi. Well, that was outstanding. Now Walker will attempt his first 3 of the night. It's not going to go, and McCormack with the uncontested rebound. Is Lucic thought about pulling up for the 3. Instead, McCormack from mid-range follows up. His own miss, can't get it. And now here come Maccabi with Sorkin. Just waited. Got the defenders in the air, and then freed his own route to the basket, so Sorkin off to a flyer. 4 points, an assist and a steal already for Roman Sorkin. Well, that's for Obst. He'll go for 3, so both the 3-point specialists. Walker and Obst off the mark with their first attempts. Cleverly finished by Sorkin, as it had been by De Silva at the other end. Clark, the starting point guard for Maccabi tonight. That's Sorkin found by Horde, off with the 3, and Lucic can look for something for Bayern now. Back for Holaps. McCormack sets the screen and rolls. Holaps kicks out well to Lucic, and that was an open one. He missed it, but no one went up at all with McCormack. Maccabi didn't lie, put a body on him. An easy tip in for the big man, who's up to 5 points, surpassing that season average already. Another indication that he is going to be much more prominent under the new coach. Here's Clark. It won't go, and rebounded by Holaps. So Bayern with their noses in front, looking to extend that margin now again into McCormack against Sorkin. Those two battling away, and it's Sorkin this time who comes out on top. That confrontation has been the key feature of the game so far. Sorkin up against McCormack. But it won't be any longer, because Sorkin will head to the bench with Marcio Santos coming in. No changes in personnel yet for Bayern. Now it's Santos immediately looking for the alley-oop from the inbounds pass. He was fouled. McCormack as well, getting his second, so he may well follow Sorkin to the bench, but not for now. So McCormack staying in the game on 2 fouls as Santos looks for the 3, and then there was a foul on Brissett. As he went for the rebound, it was Lucic who had a hold of him. Looks like it's hurt the wrist of Shea Brissett as well. He will go to the line because it was the 5th foul. And now McCormack will head to the bench on those 2 fouls. He's replaced by the former Maccabi player, Wenyan Gabriel. Brissett, 75% from the foul line so far this season. He improves that stat by tying up this game. Very tightly contested so far, the SAP Garden. No more than a 2-point lead for either team as we move towards the midway point of the opening quarter. Obst on the dribble, trying to get away from Santos, who fouls him. So that'll send Obst to the line, and he's one of the best in the business from the free throw line. 97% for the season, Obst. He actually hasn't missed one since round 2. 31 of 32. Oh, yeah, commentators curse. Working again. Apologies. And the Obst, who will look to start another streak now. That's more like it. No further changes in personnel as Walker goes for the 3, and he's fouled by Obst. Got there a little bit late and sends Walker to the line. It's 2 misses from deep for Walker now, but he'll have an opportunity to find his range. Yeah, got him with his left hand, Obst. And so Lonnie Walker gets his first points of the night, a player who's in spectacular form. Not been very good from the foul line. Only 70% this season. But he has scored at least 14 points in 6 straight games. In 4 of those, he went past 20 points. He knocked down 5 triples last week at Partizan when Maccabi won big, scored 112 points. He makes those. Now here's Lucic on the drive, drawing the foul from Marcio Santos. Couldn't get his feet set quickly enough. Still on the move, so Lucic will be back to the line. A game of many free throws already. Maccabi have shot 7, made them all. And 4 now for Bayern. Lucic got that to go as well, so it sends his team back in front with the three-point play. In comes TJ Leaf for Maccabi, outstanding rebounder. No other changes for Bayern yet. Santos, who's gone to the bench because that was his second foul. Now here's Lonnie Walker, long this time. Obst had it, lost it, got it back. And Leaf is out of the game at the moment. 5 on 4, Obst makes it count from mid-range, and there is Leaf. Looking a little bit dazed. Oded Katash looking a little bit less than impressed. And that will take us into a timeout. Midway through the opening quarter, Bayern with a 5-0 run. Hold the highest lead so far at only 3 points. So they'll be pleased with the way they've competed so far. 4:53 to play in the first quarter, Bayern up by 3.
Rado, s ove strane. Rado, idemo s ove strane jedan. Odavde. Kir. No kir. Kir. Rado uči pa se vrati. Onda borčaj.
So Svetislav Pesic back on the EuroLeague bench. It was a surprise move when he was picked to replace Gordy Herbert last month. At the age of 76, I think most people thought Pesic had made his retirement permanent, but what a pedigree he's got. Of course, he knows the club inside out as well, having coached here for 4 years. And his son, Marko Pesic, the club's GM, so he knows everything there is to know about Bayern and will have been watching closely, no doubt has his views on how to turn the team around. Make sure you grab that QR code to get your own EuroLeague ID. You should already have one, really. We're midway through the regular season now. If you're a late adopter, get your own EuroLeague ID to go deeper inside the most intense and passionate basketball competition in the world. We saw some trouble there for Maccabi with Leaf having to head into the locker room after that blow he took to the head. So maybe that's for a cut that just needs to be bandaged up. We'll see whether he's able to return and when. Ife Lundberg into the game for Maccabi and driving through to draw the foul. It's Lucic who is whistled. Clearly caught him on the wrist. And that's Lucic's second. And that is now 7 fouls committed by Bayern already in only just over 5 minutes, an indication of the physicality that their coach wants them to show, but they might be getting themselves into foul trouble. Certainly giving Maccabi opportunities from the line. Lundberg makes them 8 out of 8. Just about a perfect 9 of 9. Change in the point guard positions. We've had a glimpse of Tamir Blatt into the game for Maccabi, and now it's Stefan Jovic for Bayern. So Bayern have on the floor Jovic, Obst, De Silva, Lucic and Gabriel. And here's Lucic going up against Walker. He's got a size advantage there. Walker fouls him and then reacts, and there's an unsportsmanlike called against the Maccabi man for his reaction to the contact from Lucic, who was backing in. Let's see it again here. Yeah, it was the way he swatted down on Lucic after the whistle had already been blown. A bit of a petulant reaction from Lonnie Walker, who has to head to the bench now on those 2 fouls quickly committed. It also will give Lucic free throws. Now there's Leaf returning. Looks like he's going to be okay, holding an ice pack to the mouth. If that's all it is, it won't keep him out of action for long. Yeah, bloodied lip for Leaf. And more free throws. We could be in for a long night, people. This first quarter been going for 17 minutes already. We're only just halfway through. And that is 15 free throws attempted already. Here comes Justinian Jessup for Bayern. Wrong FCB. Lucic will be protected on 2 fouls. So it is Bayern possession again, obviously, after the unsportsmanlike. So Obst kicks to the corner, but not a great first involvement from Jessup as he steps out of bounds. Maccabi have William Raymond on the floor. So they have now in the game Lundberg, Blatt, Raymond, Horde and Sorkin. Has turned over. The pressure applied by De Silva forces the loose pass, and flying through is Justinian Jessup. Not afraid to drive through and take the layup. Up to a 5-point lead for Bayern, the biggest of the night. Now Lundberg. Sorkin in the low post, got a size advantage on Jessup. The pass is able to find Horde, but with his first shot of the night, he's off the mark, and then a great pass in from Obst. And Oded Katash has seen enough. Timeout called. Maccabi needs to reset here. It's all Bayern at the moment. Obst with the no-look pass to Silva. In the paint for the easy score. Might have been a little bit generous to Obst there. I don't think it was no look. There was no deception. Just a straight-ahead pass inside. And it's an 11-2 run for Bayern in the last 2 minutes. Let's listen to Coach Pesic again.
Down screen. You down screen for post, okay? And after that, you go to see the pick. You go to see the pick, and you play with him pick and roll. Number 4 is here, up, and number 2 is corner. Play with him, okay? One more time.
Is this better or not?
Now screen for him.
Yeah.
Post.
Yeah.
Screen for you. Screen for you. You set.
Okay.
You go.
Okay.
You go.
Well, a strong start to the game for FC Bayern Munich, and at the centre of that was the centre, David McCormack, who's very much back in favour now under the new coach, Svetislav Pesic, making only his 3rd start of the season and making a good impact early on. McCormack with 5 points, a couple of rebounds. and a steal in his first 4 minutes in the game. Did, though, also pick up 2 fouls, so we may not be seeing him until the second quarter. Now, Maccabi looking to turn things around. They haven't scored a field goal in more than 4 minutes. There's a turnaround jumper that ends that from Raymond. Nice technique shown. His first shot of the game. I think we're already seeing the philosophy that Coach Pesic is going to espouse, and it's no surprise, those who know his record, as Lucic dives through. Jovic, excuse me, finds a seam in the defense and keeps Bayern rolling. Look at this, 23 points in a little over 7 minutes for the lowest scoring team in the league. Maccabi will want to sort out their defense. And it's inside that Bayern are doing all the damage. 9 of 11 from 2-point range. At the other end as well, Bayern done a good job so far. Here's an alley-oop thrown down by Jalen Horde. Found by Tamir Blatt for his first assist of the night. That is more of the fast-paced, dynamic play we're used to seeing from Maccabi. Jovic. An over-ambitious pass is turned over. Lundberg unable to take advantage. He loses it. So back-to-back turnovers. Lundberg felt either he was fouled or he didn't have the last touch. Not quite sure which of the two he was appealing for. That was the alley-oop at the other end. Blatt throwing it up high, and Jalen Horde getting his first score of the night. Xavier Rathamais and Johannes Fuchtmann into the game for Bayern. There is Rathamais driving at Raymond, dumps it off to Jovic, gives it back. It's a long 2. Fuchtmann nearly had it. So did Jovic. It does come to Jessup for 3. And no hesitation there, Jessup. It's the first triple of the night for Bayern. Justinian Jessup was picking up a loose ball and saying, why not? I'll take on the shot. The lead grows to 8 points. Inside towards Sorkin, but blocked from behind by... I'm pretty sure that was Wenyan Gabriel who made the block from behind. Sorkin thought he had an easy score. He also thought he was fouled. Didn't get that decision. There was a foul committed by Maccabi in transition. It was Ford, I think, who got Jessup. And so he's continuing his strong start. Jessup in 3 minutes on the floor. He's up to 6 points and 3 rebounds. Make that 7. Here's Gur-Lavi replacing Horde. And we move towards the end of a first quarter that had been very difficult for Maccabi, facing a double-digit deficit already. Now that's going to be an easy score, though. Lundberg can find Lavi. And Svetislav Pesic, look at his fury. Calling a timeout, and he might be letting his players have it now. Doesn't want any let up in the intensity. His team with a strong lead, but he wasn't happy with the way that Lavi was given an easy route to the basket there. Calling the timeout. Just over a minute to play in the first quarter.
With you can go under. Second one, you can switch. Stay solid on defense.
Be aggressive in any situation. You feel like you don't have separation. Be active. Cut, backdoor, continuation. We need to cross that first line of defense. They are overwhelming, over-aggressive. Once you have separation, everything is good. Rest break, they start the open. The big is good. Dribble a little bit outside, you can play switching defense, pass ahead. Stay strong with the ball. We have the transition.
Well, there's the basket that led to the timeout for Bayern. Coach Pesic not happy with the defense on that simple score for Lavi, but on the whole, it's been a very determined physical effort, very aggressive from Bayern. Maccabi have had 9 free throws as a result. They've been held to 20 points. Bear in mind, this is a team that scored 112 last time out. Now Ratam Mays finds Jovic looking for the 3. Stefan Jovic. So all of a sudden the triples are dropping. Bayern missed their first 3 of the night, but Jessup and now Jovic on target as Lundberg another foul. This time I think it's Jovic. Got his hands on Ife Lundberg. So that will be up to 11 free throw attempts for Maccabi in the first quarter. There's their first miss of the night. And so Bayern with Jovic, Jessup, Ratham Mays, Vogtman and Gabriel. Vogtman a good shooter from the perimeter. Hands it off to Jovic, who's going up against Levy. Fed inside to Vogtman. Extra pass out, Ratham Mays. Can't make it 3 triples in a row. Strong rebound by Sorkin. And this now could be the last play of the first quarter. Maccabi with Blatt, Raymond, Lundberg, Sorkin and Levy. Blatt defended by Jessup, 10 seconds. Blatt switching on to Gabriel. Going to take on the shot himself, it won't go. Sorkin though picks it up on the buzzer and drops it in. So an offensive rebound, only the second of the night for Maccabi. Turned into points by Roman Sorkin. And you can see the disappointment of Vogtman that he didn't get that one. Don't think his coach was too happy either. But on the whole, an excellent first quarter for Bayern, especially offensively, as they score 31 points. A high-scoring opening period at the SAP Gardens. It's Bayern 31, Maccabi 23. As we look at the numbers, outstanding inside efficiency from Bayern, 9 of 12. Winning the rebounding battle as well, other than that last one from Sorkin. They protected the backboard well. Fewer turnovers as well, so all round Bayern on top. Leading performers in the EuroLeague Fantasy Challenge so far tonight. There's a familiar face at the top of the list. Sasha Vezenkov, 27% of you own him, and 15% of players have him as captain as well. Vezenkov in action right now in the Greek derby. Panathinaikos against Olympiakos going on in Athens. For those of you joining us for this one, well done. We don't all need to see the Greek derby, do we? I suspect a few of you, though, may be watching it on playback, maybe tomorrow. Maybe it's already Saturday with you and you're checking this game out. Plenty of action around the EuroLeague tonight, and the key performer so far here has been Justinian Jessup, the BKT best player from the first quarter. PIR of 10 for him. As we saw there, TJ Leaf getting patched up and ready to come back out. That bloodied lip won't stop him from playing more tonight. Svetislav Pesic still living every second of this game. Might be 76 now, but he's not ready to give up on basketball. He's been involved with the sport for 62 years now, since he started his playing career with Pirot in Serbia. Then on to Partizan and Bosna before starting his coaching career in 1982, would you believe? 44 years as a coach for Svetislav Pesic, still going. And his team on top here, but missing with the first possession of the second quarter. Blatt, Lundberg, Raymond, Lavie and Sorkin. 5 on the floor for Maccabi. As Lavie loses out. And in transition now it's Jovic looking for an option. Finds one with the pass to Giffey. I think that was the first time he's touched the ball. His first involvement coming now. He's off the mark. Short on the 3. Sorkin. Now Black whips an ambitious pass in and it's lost. And now Gabriel spinning away from the guard, finding Giffey, and he makes this one. So 2 touches of the basketball for Niels Giffey. 2 3-point attempts. Missed one, made one. Lead back into double digits. And Sorkin now driving through, and he's found Jessup saying, I got the ball though. Maybe got the ball, but he got the hand as well, was the verdict of the ref. Yeah, and he did. See again, Niels Giffey. Good 3-point shooter. Certainly better than his record for the season of only 30% from long range. All time, he's in the 40s in his 3-point shooting conversion. Making inroads towards that figure with that triple. Sorkin off the mark. Makes that one. We see Lonnie Walker back in and TJ Leaf. He played 26 seconds before he got that bust lip. O'Shea Brissett joining him as well. So 3 changes in personnel for Maccabi. Here's Rattan Mays. Gabriel up against Leaf in the low post. Kicks it out for Giffey. Thought about another 3, and instead he drives in. There wasn't enough time. Needed to take the 3. Shot clock violation from Bayern. So Maccabi now, after those changes in personnel, have Lundberg, Walker, Leaf, Sorkin and Brissett. So 3 big bodies, 3 good rebounders joining the guards. Here's Leaf, able to find the pass out for Brissett. And that's smooth from O'Shea Brissett, who's up to 7 points without a miss now. Now Bayern again going from deep with Giffey. Won't go. Gabriel can't get the rebound. And Walker, oh, this is a problem. A shoulder injury, let's hope it's not a dislocation. The play stopped so that Walker can head to the sidelines. Actually holding his up just below the shoulder, but that doesn't look good for Lonnie Walker. Immediately heading down the locker room. Well, a disrupted night for Maccabi so far. He's replaced by Jimmy Clark, who has the ball now. Sorkin trying to escape Gabriel. Back for Clark, 4-3. Won't go, and Maccabi continuing to have troubles here in Munich. There's Jessup. Mid-range, Justinian Jessup. What a game for him so far. 9 points without a miss. And there's another turnover from Maccabi. Obst hands it on to Jessup. Back for Andy Obst for 3. He's way short. And then a foul whistled against Giffey, who jumped in on Lundberg. Svetislav Pesic not making much of that decision. Sorkin goes back to the bench. I'll try and get an update on what has happened to Lonnie Walker. As Leaf here is going to go all the way. He's not going to finish, but Horde fouled. Horde just back in the game for Sorkin. Trying to impose themselves. Crashing the glass. Maccabi, one of the best in the league at that. Hasn't been something they've been able to do much tonight. Horde there, flying in for his first offensive rebound. So Jessup and heading to the bench. Lucic back in. Ford makes both of them. Bayern now with Holatz, Obst, Giffey, Lucic and Gabriel. Defense is much more on top in this second quarter so far. It's 5 points apiece in the first, coming up to 4 minutes. Gabriel, cross court for Holatz. Now Giffey, shot clock is low. Lucic had the awareness and beats the buzzer. Outstanding from Vladimir Lucic, who's up to 7 points now. Great game awareness as well there. And now a three-point play for TJ Leaf. He was fouled as he went up. Penetration coming from Jimmy Clark. And yet another foul committed by this Bayern defense. So yet more free throws. We'll have to start looking up the record books, I think, for free throws in a game. Maccabi with 16 attempts already. Almost as many free throw attempts as field goals. They're keeping themselves in contention here. Better second quarter for Bayern. Firstly, for Maccabi, I should say, they've slowed down Bayern offensively. For now, here's Obst for Holatz. The three is off. Gabriel and Lucic battling for the rebound, but don't get it. Lucic is out of the game as Clark goes coast to coast, but he can't score. Everyone wants the rebound. In the end, it's taken by Holatz, and now Obst. And they'll slow it down, Bayern. They all got a bit scrappy there. And then we've got another injury to stop the game. It's Holatz this time. Looks like he took a finger in the eye, maybe, as he released that transition pass. And a game with all sorts of delays and stoppages. TJ Leaf has already had a bloodied lip that needed work. Lonnie Walker is in the locker room right now, possibly with a dislocated shoulder. Now here's Obst coming off the screen, won't go. Gabriel can't get the rebound. Brissett takes it for Maccabi, and they've been able to really clamp down on Bayern's inside game in this second quarter. Here's Brissett looking to find some space. What a night for OJ Brissett. There's 9 points without a missed shot for him. Lucic at the other end, going up against Horde. Brissett has already exceeded his season average in scoring. As Obst finds Hollatz, another 3 for Bayern, and this one does go, but that's really all they've got at the moment, 3-point attempts. As Leaf at the other end, almost denied by Gabriel. Leaf finding the penetration. Bayern with only two pointers in this quarter. Remains that way as Giffey is well defended. Brissett making his presence felt again. What a travel. It's been a 3-7 run for Maccabi in the last 3 minutes, and we head to a timeout now past the midway point of the second quarter. Maccabi getting it closer. They were down by 11. But they've had the better of this second quarter, especially defensively. Despite the absence of Lonnie Walker, perhaps temporarily, maybe permanently for the rest of the game, we'll find out. They are getting back into this.
Go outside, okay? Pin down for the shot. Shot is not possible. Shot is not possible. Okay? Attack. Very good screen. Re-screen for the shot. Dynamo scope. It's a big side. Big side rebound. Go inside. Hello. Pin down. Stop. He penetrates. Prepare.
So a big talking point here in Munich. Look at the bottom of the screen. Lonnie Walker jumping in, trying to get an interception. In serious pain, holding his left shoulder, heading straight down the locker room. This was 7 or 8 minutes ago. And at the moment, no indication of whether he will be available again to Oded Katash tonight, but that doesn't look good. He seemed to know he'd done something bad immediately. He was very stoic, not showing visible signs of distress as he ran down the tunnel, but we'll keep an eye on that one and try and find out whether Walker can get back. Here's Obst. Another 3-point attempt from Bayern. Another one made, and it's the first of the night for Obst. We highlighted the 3-point shooting of him and Walker before the game. As Clark is called for a travel. That's a 9th turnover already for Maccabi. Say, we highlighted Obst against Walker, 3-point shooting. Looks like it's not going to turn out that way with Walker out of the game. Obst, though, he will keep on firing. 4 attempts, and now he's made one. As Lucic follows. Great rebound from McCormack. Back with a vengeance. David McCormack hasn't played since midway through the first quarter after picking up 2 fouls, but back in the game and straight back in the scoring as well, as he grabs the offensive rebound, takes the contact and scores. David McCormack getting the applause of his coach, who must be feeling pretty vindicated right now about his decision to enhance David McCormack's playing time. As a technical is being called on the coach as well of Maccabi, Oded Katash, for his reaction here. Well, we saw the end, really, of his complaints, but it was enough to earn him a technical, so a 4-point play opportunity. Obster's already made the technical free throw. And here's McCormack. He can't follow up, but still a 12-point lead for Bayern, who've come out of the last time out and scored 6 points in a row. Lundberg. Hounded by McCormack. Very intense defense, and in the end, another turnover forced by the intensity of David McCormack. A new look Bayern, very much led by David McCormack, who's made his presence felt and is now taking high fives all round as he goes back to the bench. Oscar da Silva returning. Quick impact from McCormack. And now Obst looking for another three. That will not go this time. Maccabi have been totally knocked out of their rhythm here. Switching defense, unsettling them. Good pass in from Blatt to Horde, who's fouled as he goes up. Pollat's getting his second. With the aggression that Bayern are playing with, managing the fouls will be a challenge. It's already 13 committed. But they've done well to spread the load. Only 2 fouls against any single player. And Bayern with a 12-point lead as we head back to the benches. Maccabi need a response here before half-time. Get themselves back in this one. Evocative sight at the SAP Garden, where Bayern are having it all their own way at the moment.
Till the end of the quarter, anytime we can. If I don't call anything, we play nose. Nose. Right? Nose and transition. In transition, I want to go elbow to elbow, big to big, and Peter set the screen, and Peter Omega if he can swim it. We are 4 open and then press ahead. If you get denied, take them. Defensively, we have 3 to give. Right? We have 3 to give, nothing easy. Wijnen on the post. No blue, no help. 1-on-1, 7 to the line. Just foul.
One thing that a mid-season coaching change does to help your team is makes you much harder to prepare to play against. Teams are so well scouted these days, and with such a steady diet of games, EuroLeague teams and the coaching staff behind them know pretty much exactly what they're going to face week in, week out, but not when there's a change to a coach and the new man has a very different philosophy, and that's certainly the case with Bayern Munich. With the introduction of Svetislav Pesic, and other teams are going to have to adjust now. This is not the Bayern that we saw last month. A lot more aggressive. Game's a lot slower, lower tempo, a lot more disruption to the flow. More of a grind for the opponents to deal with. Maccabi finding that the hard way tonight as Jovic drives through. Can't get the floater. Brissett adds another number to his stat line. That's 5 rebounds for him now with 9 points as well. Now, Blatt, Lundberg, Horde, Sorkin and Brissett in the game for Maccabi. Here's Sorkin. 7 points for him so far. And Hands off to Lundberg, who's just got no way through. Great defense. Shot clock is low. Brissett's going to have to send it up. Oh, and one on the buzzer. A 4-point play from O'Shea Brissett, off balance, drawing the foul from Obst. An unusual one. The big man getting fouled by the guard on the shot clock buzzer. Brissett with a wry smile as he walks away. He just leaned into Obst here, drew the contact, and makes the 4-point play. So that will help Maccabi trying to get closer before half-time. They have fouls to give and looking to use them now on defense. As Jovic has Jessup back for company. 9 points for Justinian Jessup so far. Also 9 for Obst. Will look to go into double figures, can't quite. Well rebounded this time by Horde. Maccabi are getting a measure of the rebounding now. They're starting to dominate that aspect of the game. Oh, and the alley-oop will lead to a miss from Horde. And then the foul in transition. That was a good one for Brissett to take because they got fouls to give. Bayern had an overload there with the fast break after the alley-oop did not pay off. Xavier Rathan-Mays will return for the final minute of this first half. Obst has a break. Mixed night for Obst. 2 of 3 from 2-point range, a couple of assists as well, but only 1 of 5 from deep. So Jovic with Jessup, Giffey, Rathan-Mays and Oscar da Silva on the floor for Bayern. Looking to protect and ideally extend their lead before the break. Rathan-Mays, another 3 thrown up by Bayern. They've had 18 three-point attempts now. Mixed success, but Rathan-Mays gets his first score of the night. No fouls to give for Bayern now. And Lundberg looks for the long 2. It won't go. Punched away by Giffey for Jessup. And now fouls to give for Maccabi. Only 10 seconds. They should look to use a foul here. They don't really want Brissett to do it because he's picked up a couple already. It's Rathan-Mays running out of room, but finding Giffey. Well, they didn't use their fouls, Maccabi, but it didn't matter in the end because that final shot from Giffey was off the mark. And it means we end the first half with a 9-point advantage for Bayern. They've reached 50 exactly before the break. And most importantly for them, they've limited this Maccabi offense. So an excellent start for the German team as they look to end a 9-game losing run. They're on track at the moment, but Maccabi will come back in the second half. Before that, let's go courtside, get some instant reaction. Firstly, O'Shea Brissett.
O'Shea, Bayern is giving you guys a hard time out there. Please tell us what it was like for you out there.
They're playing really hard. They're pressing the ball, which is getting us out of our stuff. We just got to stay calm. Stay calm. We knew they were going to play like this. So we just got to go back to our principles and play our game.
Thank you.
And the Bayern version of things will be given by Vladimir Lucic, who's led his team with his usual intensity so far tonight.
Vladimir Lucic, it's a very high-scoring game so far, but you guys really, like the whole game though, doesn't really seem like in rhythm or in flow. Tell us what it needs now to, you know, get in the flow and bring this W home.
Stay good offensively. We'll score 50 points in the first half and then stop their transition offense and offensive rebound.
Thank you.
So Vladimir Lucic with 7 points so far tonight. It's O'Shea Brissett who's very much been the leader for Maccabi. He is the leading scorer in the game and he's not missed yet Also with 5 rebounds, Brissett, the leading light for Maccabi, but they'll need a lot more to turn this game around when we return in a few minutes to the SAP Garden in Munich.
EuroLeague brought to you by Etihad Beyond Borders, Experience Abu Dhabi, Motorola, and BKT.
We had in the past 2 seasons great moments. The first season, of course, it was amazing for us because we won everything. We won the EuroLeague title, we won the league title. Follow this guy, we will be in the Final Four. Last season also we advanced, we made a great job to advance one more time in a back-to-back Final Four, but we lost semi-final and we lost also in the final of the Great League. It was not a good game for us, maybe one of the worst games of the season in this semi-final. Fenerbahce played great and they find a way to win the game.
The final nail in the coffin of the defending champions.
But Final Four is only one game and we lost in semi-final. Maybe we were tired mentally, we didn't play like past year and we lost again. This year, it's same. Just we make some adjustments. We want to sometimes improve the tempo, the game tempo, to play more fast. I like to prepare my team every game same, so I don't like to choose the game. This game is more important, this game is not. Every game is important. Practice and game, actually same thing. After the practice, I like to see with my assistant how was going the practice statistic. For me, the statistic is very important. It's very important to check during the week which players has best shape, best performance, because always I like to be honest with my players, and for me, who is the best can play. First of all, I like to congratulate all clubs and EuroLeague that they chose to play the Final Four in Athens, especially in Oaxaca, because right now everybody understands that it is the best arena right now in Europe for the show, for everything. And Athens is a basketball city because they have 2 great clubs in the EuroLeague, and for sure will be a great atmosphere. I believe that will be more than 1 million requests for this Final Four.
First thing I do mentally before a big game is to visualize a little bit the game, situations in my head that that I have seen in the video of the scouting, and try to visualize how things will go.
I don't really feel pressure, honestly. I'm not sure if you know, but I'm a cool, calm, and collective guy for the most part, so the pressure don't really get to me much. There's more things that probably can give me pressure than actually playing basketball.
Probably more home games, you feel more pressure. Obviously the fans there, and you don't want to let them down. Away games are just fun. You're in their atmosphere and you're trying to send everybody home crying. Probably so many other things in the world I can worry about that kind of brings pressure, but on the basketball floor, no, I don't feel it.
I don't think we have to feel pressure. We don't feel pressure because it's a privilege of what we're doing. We choose this sport and to make it as as a job, and I think we have to feel blessed.
I guess it can get tiring on the mental, especially being from America, being a foreigner in Europe. Sometimes you get to thinking about being at home with your family and friends. Once you get accustomed to being over here, it hurts not being home.
I think trial and error is the biggest thing. You gotta make mistakes here and there, or see if this works, see if this works, but I think that's kind of it. As hard as you work, you can work harder. As much time as I put in trying to get to this place, I feel like it was still moments where I could have worked harder and put in more time.
You have to be patient, you have to be focused. Even if it's defense or offense, you have to to do what the coach told you and trust on your teammates, trust on you, and be ready to play.
EuroLeague brought to you by Etihad Beyond Borders. Experience Abu Dhabi. Motorola. And BKT.
So half-time at the SAP Garden, and it's a game that has been largely dominated by Bayern Munich so far. Very close in the early stages. With O'Shea Brissett turning on the style for Maccabi, but Bayern had excellent inside execution in the first quarter. 9 of 11 two-pointers, including this three-point play from Vladimir Lucic. And it was a double-digit advantage against a Maccabi team that had to have TJ Leaf patched up with a bloodied lip. Jalen Horde with the high-flying alley-oop there. But Bayern in the second quarter turned to three-point shooting. Niels Giffey among those on target from long range. David McCormack has been outstanding as well, enjoyed by his coach. Svetislav Pesic back on the bench at Bayern, and to great effect so far. Look at the numbers, still Bayern, although not as effective in the second quarter inside, with decent shooting there, 12 of 18 and 6 of 9 from long range. Maccabi with only a couple of triples so far, not helped by the loss of Lonnie Walker, who may not be able to return, having suffered what appeared to be a pretty serious looking shoulder injury. Maccabi have started to take control of the rebounding as we look at the numbers in scoring and rebounds for all the players. O'Shea Brissett and Jalen Horde, the top rebounders with 5 apiece. Brissett also the leading scorer in the game, but Andy Obbs, the usual suspect, and the less likely figure of Justinian Jessup leading the scoring for Bayern Munich so far. 50 points in the first half for them, as we see who is performing best around the league so far in this round 19. Kendrick Nunn piling in the points in the EuroLeague Fantasy Challenge game, as well as for Panathinaikos in the derby. Wade Baldwin, another strong game for him. Nadir Hifi as well. Some familiar figures up there as the top performers in the EuroLeague Fantasy Challenge in this round. No doubt about the best player for Maccabi so far tonight. O'Shea Brissett has not missed yet. 2 of 2 from inside, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc, including this unusual one on the buzzer, drawing a foul from Andreas Obst. A 4-point play for Brissett, who's made all 3 of his free throws. Also grabbed 5 rebounds and has a PIR of 18 as a result. The only Maccabi player in double-digit scoring so far tonight, O'Shea Brissett. For Bayern, Vladimir Lucic has been his usual hard-charging self. 7 points, including this 3-point play for Lucic. Bayern have spread the scoring around. And Lucic is one of those who's going to be fighting hard to try and end his team's losing run. And they're on track at the moment for their first win in the EuroLeague in nearly 2 months. Let's get the thoughts of the coaches at this stage, starting with Svetislav Pesic for Bayern.
Coach, 50 points at halftime are great achievements. 50 points at halftime are a great achievement. What did you talk about in the locker room? What do we want to see in halftime number 2?
Before the game, less is possible points from transition from Maccabi, to run back and to start to play defense early as possible. This is first. And second, in offense, to respect our place, to play until the end. I mean, all the way. To make the change in rhythm of the game, in defense, also in offense. To make difference what is fast break, what is our position offense. This is the point.
Thank you.
Getting his ideas across is Svetislav Pesic. I wonder if this will be the night that you can say his second spell as Bayern coach really takes off. Hoping not is Oded Katash, the Maccabi coach. Let's hear from him.
Coach, on the upside, you got 19 rebounds in this first half. You're down 9, obviously. What do you want to do to turn this one around?
We have to match their physicality. We lost a little bit our structure on offense because of the aggressive defense. We need to be in a perfect spacing, avoiding like we have 10 turnovers. They live out of it. And just to keep playing, I mean, focus on the simple things and slowly to come back.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Maccabi have been outfought so far, but they're by no means out of this game, a 9-point margin. Look at the number of free throws they've been forced into taking, 19 already. That's the ultra-aggressive, competitive, physical defense that Bayern have been putting up against them so far. We'll be back underway at the SAP Garden very shortly. One thing to keep an eye on will be whether there's any sign of Lonnie Walker. Obviously, his absence would be a huge blow for Maccabi. A player who averages 16 points per game, in the top 10 in scoring in the EuroLeague. Time for a New Year kiss. Fortunately, it's not Coldplay that are playing. I think all these fans know the cameras might be coming their way. O'Shea Brissett was the leading player in the second quarter, statistically, a PIR of 11 for him in that second quarter. 8 points, 4 rebounds. Looks like he'll be heading out there from the beginning as well now in the third quarter. This third quarter for Maccabi is about at least keeping it close. They might not be able to get themselves in front by the end of the third, but they want to be no further behind than they are now. Heading into the fourth in a strong position, rather than having to really chase the game from a double-digit deficit. It doesn't look like Lonnie Walker is going to be available for Maccabi. Certainly not there for now. They're going to come out with Ife Lundberg and Jimmy Clark in the backcourt. Marcio Santos, Jalen Hall and O'Shea Brissett. But first it's Bayern with Justus Holatz, Andy Obst, Vladimir Lucic, Oscar da Silva and David McCormack. They had a great first half. 7 points and 3 rebounds. Here he is straight away, using his body to battle away against Horde, and back on it, David McCormack. 9 points on 4 of 6 shooting. He's liking his new role. And he makes it a double-digit game again. That's the confidence boost that Bayern wanted to start this second half. Maccabi with Brissett, seeing if he can maintain his perfect scoring night. He cannot. His first miss of the evening. But Bayern quickly cough it up. Jimmy Clark. Looks to offload, fortuitously gets it back. So we'll have to start again, feeds it inside. Santos, tough pass, and the foul is whistled on Hollatz, who didn't think he did much wrong. Just as Hollatz thought he had a chance of a steal there. Svetislav Pesic thought so as well. Clark finding Lundberg off balance and one. Lundberg absorbing the contact from Oscar da Silva. And stumbling backwards, he's able to keep control and lance it in off the glass. So Lundberg gets Maccabi up and running for the second half. Hollatz made his third foul there, which means he is now on the bench. Stefan Jovic brought into the playmaking role. Obst, Cormac rolling to the basket, now comes back out to set a screen. Obst just about able to avoid falling out of bounds. To Silva now, shot clock low, up it goes. It's offensive rebound for Lucic. And now Obst baseline. And that's a good pass inside from Jovic. Oscar da Silva was waiting and hoping and received it for a simple score. Looking to go inside again, Bayern. Remember how prolific they were from three-point range in the second quarter, which is exactly where Jimmy Clark tries his luck. No good. Maccabi's three-point shooting continues to struggle. 2 and 9 now. Jovic. Da Silva in the corner. McCormack again looking to be strong inside against Brissett. Battling away. David McCormack up to 11 points now, and what a rejuvenation he's having under Svetislav Pesic. There's Clark. Feeds inside, no way for Horn to take that 4-on-2 break. Obst for three, won't go, but because it was an overload offensively, they had men in place to take the offensive rebound, and Lucic was the one who did so. That's exactly the kind of transition three you want to take on, because you've got more players than the defense if you miss. Lucic giving Bayern another chance to score, and here's McCormack. Jovic. Oh, great pass for Lucic, who this time is fouled in the act of shooting. So he'll go to the line. And that is on Santos, who is now on 3 for the night, despite having only played for 3.5 minutes. It could well lead to the reintroduction of either Sorkin or TJ Leaf, as Lucic makes it 4 of 4 from the foul line. And Bayern stretch it out to the biggest lead of the night, the 14 points. A 6-0 run. Only the three-point play from Lundberg for Maccabi so far in this third quarter. Here is the Danish playmaker again, but makes the mistake under pressure, and that is another turnover. Maccabi up to 11 already. It's the Svetislav Pesic effect. His team taking shape. They are becoming a lot harder to play against, forcing more mistakes, not allowing shots. And now McCormack almost getting another and one. Instead, it's a 4th foul on Santos, he'll go to the line. Well, David McCormack has only scored in double digits twice this season. And it's the last 2 games, both of them under Svetislav Pesic, having been left out of the roster entirely quite a few occasions earlier this season. McCormack now clearly a key player for his new coach. Nobody benefiting more from that coaching change than David McCormack, who with that free throw has matched his 12 points from last week. Santos, what a rotten night for him. 4 fouls in less than 5 minutes. He's on the bench. It is Sorkin back in. Samir Blatt as well into the backcourt. The 3 is short from Lundberg. It's really starting to get away from Maccabi now. Jovic for Obst for 3, wide open. It's going to have to be a timeout surely from Oded Katash, because Bayern are running riot. You see that? Svetislav Pesic did. His eyes are still good at the age of 76. Calling up the plays, sending the players out, and they're executing right now. Obst with his second triple of the night. The lead grows to 15. And Maccabi are really up against it now. And that scoreboard is actually wrong. It's 18. It's 62 now with the 3. Let's see how Coach Pesic is going to try and keep Bayern rolling.
One more time, cords down. And you, look. In the moment where you say the pick for him, he must be on the time. And you say the pick, stay 1 second, and go back, ready in the corner to be ready, okay? Or LAU. First shot.
Well, news reaching us during the timeout, courtesy of our producer on the floor, that Bayern will not have to face Lonnie Walker for the rest of tonight. The Maccabi sharpshooter, the leading scorer for the team, will no longer be able to take part in tonight's game with the shoulder injury he picked up in the first half. Is Ife Lundberg trying to do his job of 3-point shooting, but he can't. Everything falling flat for Maccabi, who are without Lonnie Walker for the rest of the game. That is confirmed now. We don't have the extent of the injury confirmed, but no doubt they'll have to wait for tests. Perhaps when they get back to Israel tomorrow. But having to bounce back from 18 points behind on the road without your leading scorer, it's a tough task for Maccabi. David McCormack called for the offensive foul there. That's his 3rd of the evening. It's been an 11-0 run for Bayern. Only 3 points scored in more than 4 minutes in this quarter. For Maccabi, that was the M1 from Lundberg. So they've got to find answers somehow offensively. Here's Tamir Blatt. It's going to be turned over. No, lucky. Sorkin was able to grab it. Another 3, though, is off from Lundberg. Terrible night from long range. Lundberg has had 3 in a row that he's left short. They're 2 of 12, Maccabi now, from deep. Is Jovic slicing through. He had the speed to get away from Leaf. Laid it up off the glass and in. A 20-point lead as the run is extended to 13 points in a row. Black shows Lundberg how it is done from long range. It's his first shot from deep, and he makes it. Needs to lead to a lot more, though. In the next few minutes, if Maccabi had to have any chance heading into the final quarter. Lucic with a swift turn and an easy finish. And that's Vladimir Lucic up to double digits in scoring now. The corner three will not go from Horde, who's had a very quiet night. Only 6 points for him so far. McCormack. Jovic getting the screen from De Silva. McCormack to De Silva. Beautiful basketball from Bayern. The bigs combining. McCormack with the extra pass for De Silva. That is all systems go for Bayern now. As Blatt finds Leaf, he will drive. Zigzags past Orbs, but can't score. And then at the other end, Lucic was wide open, took the full court pass, dropped it in, and they just keep on rolling. Bayern. An astonishing third quarter. They've scored 20 points already in 6.5 minutes. And the home fans are loving it. That three-pointer from Blatt that you thought maybe give Maccabi some hope has been followed by a 6-0 run in 1.5 minutes. And another miss now for Maccabi. Jessup. And now De Silva against Leaf. Spins baseline, back. Gets his own miss. And goes up strong, misses, but gets it again. And finally, he's fouled. Oscar De Silva getting the applause of the fans and the coach for his hustle. He is really good offensive rebounder, De Silva, always has been. And here's the long pass from Jovic for Lucic. Jovic now up to 6 assists tonight. Leading his team well. And Lucic certainly doing the same. He scored 13 now, 4 of 4 from 2-point range, 5 rebounds as well. And a standing ovation from the fans as he goes to the bench. Leaf, his lip has broken open again. I think he took some more contact there. A miserable night for Maccabi. Three of 15 from 3-point range, 12 turnovers. Conceded 70 points, still with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. And De Silva now has double digits as well. Following Lucic, Obst and McCormack. So a 25-point lead. I don't think anyone expected a blowout tonight. Or if we did, it would have been the other way, because form of these two teams have been so contrasting. Bayern 9 losses in a row. Haven't won in the EuroLeague since the 6th of November. Maccabi won every single game in December. January not starting the way they wanted. Jovic for Rathan Mays. Up against Will Raymond. Rathan Mays, fade away, jumpers good. They just can't miss anything at the moment. 24 points in the quarter. Incredible efficiency as well. 7-point margin. Maccabi with still only 2 scores in this quarter. Bayern haven't even been excessively aggressive with fouling in this quarter. They just were knocked out of their rhythm early on by the aggression of Bayern's defense. They haven't been able to find their way back, but there is a high-flying putback slam from Romain Sorkin. At least they have a highlight reel play, if nothing else. Sorkin soaring, getting it to go. As Wenyan Gabriel unable to convert inside. And at the other end, finish from Jimmy Clark. And so 2 straight scores for Maccabi. Coach Pesic predictably says, okay, let's get our concentration back. Bayern with the timeout. Surely with a win in the bag here, a 23-point margin. Final 90 seconds of the 3rd quarter. Coach Pesic just wanting to refocus his players.
But those are the minutes that define us as a team. Keep playing the right way. We can be shots, we can be down, keep the right body language, and keep playing the right way. Keep your hands up. In the end, if they play switching defense on the pick and roll, we have to roll under. Obviously, we need to leave, to flash to the ball, and stay strong with the ball. We think about the check, but we need a good spacing. Force the switching defense early, and then punish it with the right spacing. We have the X move, we have the post up. If they don't switch, Roman, we need to find a way to pass the ball quick to passes to the weak side and the flow.
Well, Roman Sorkin with the big play at one end after the block came in from Will Raymond at the other. They have been isolated outbreaks of resistance from Maccabi so far. It's been a 3rd quarter dominated by Bayern. Rathan Mays looking to add to that here, but he's just fouled. I thought he was about to travel, but he was caught by Sorkin. Maccabi's frustration continuing. Just about keeping his balance there, Xavier Rathan Mays. That takes him into the bonus as well, so free throws to follow. So the final minute of a 3rd quarter that has been Bayern all the way. Roman Sorkin losing the ball in the paint and risking a technical as well, and there it is. He felt he was fouled, made that point a bit too strongly, and he gets the technical foul. Already been one on coach Oded Katash. There's been an unsportsmanlike on Lonnie Walker, who then was forced to the locker room with a shoulder injury, which has prevented him from returning. So Sorkin on 3 fouls now. As Bayern have possibly their last possession of the quarter. Jovic Sending it out for Giffey, and now Rapyd Mays. They've got Gabriel coming out to set a screen. Jessup waiting in the corner. Rapyd Mays will drive. Finds Jessup, open on the buzzer, and he makes it. But Justinian Jessup still hasn't missed a shot tonight. They're just going to check that he got this away in time. Ooh, it's tight. Not sure he did. So that may not count.
Basket at the end of the shot clock.
So let's have a check. I think my first instinct from the replay is that he didn't quite get it away. Yeah, there we go. It's on 0 already. The backboard is lit up. It's not going to count. Still shows how confidently Justinian Jessup is shooting the ball. 10 points tonight without a miss, would have been 13. Now the final Maccabi possession, there's a second differential between the shot and game clock, so theoretically Bayern might get it back, but Maccabi will take it all the way down with Jimmy Clark stepping back looking for the 3, and at least they finish the quarter on a high. No time for Jovic to try and get the shot away. And Bayern, despite conceding those final points of the quarter, will be extremely satisfied. The fans are. Listen to this reaction as we head into the final quarter. The scoreline 76 to 54. So that third quarter was won 26 to 14 by Bayern Munich. It could have been worse for Maccabi, but for the little late flurry they had. You can start to think about your fan favourite player vote for the night. Give yourself a chance of winning tickets to the Final Four. I think it's fair to say the home team might provide tonight's fan favourite player. A few contenders. We look at the numbers, Bayern superior in pretty much everything, apart from free throws, but only marginal there as well. One of the aspects of that third quarter that saw Bayern take the ascendancy was the rebounding. They dominated the boards as well there. As we look back at the scoring of Andreas Obst, another double-digit scoring night for him. The leading scorer for Bayern has scored at least one three-pointer in 16 straight games now. Has a couple of those tonight. 2 of 3 from two-point range. A couple of rebounds as well. And 3 assists. Andreas Obst, one of the leaders for Bayern Munich, leading them towards the end of their losing streak, as has Vladimir Lucic. PIR of 12 in the third quarter made him the BKT top player of the quarter. And one of 5 Bayern players in double-digit scoring. Lucic actually leads the team, leads the game, along with O'Shea Brissett with 13 points. Final quarter then. If Maccabi are going to come back from this, it'll have to be close to a miracle. Jimmy Clark trying to give him a strong start, kicks it out. Tamir Blatt open for 3, can't make it though. Here's Jovic in transition. Cross-court pass for Giffey. Bayern just need to make sure that the next 2 or 3 minutes they keep control, keep playing the way they have. Don't become too cautious. Don't play the scoreboard, play the game. That was a great pass from Jovic, but Rapyd Mays couldn't quite control his body. Now Jovic having to take the foul. Clark for Sorkin. For Jimmy Clark, who loses it on the dribble. Wendy and Gabriel disturbing him, and now Mays thought about the three. They slow it down though. 6 points for Mays tonight. Finds a pass here for Giffey, who's fouled by Sorkin. Another decision for him to be unhappy with. It's his 4th foul. Not had a bad night by any means. Sorkin, 9 points and 5 rebounds, couple of steals, a block shot, an assist. But not the impact or the dominance that we've seen from him in many of the recent weeks. And he's on thin ice now with 4 fouls. There's Giffey. Goes to the line for the first time tonight, makes them both. Justus Hollatz and Vladimir Lucic will come into the backcourt to replace Giffey and Jovic. It's Will Raymond for Maccabi. Hands off to Blatt. Kicked out by Levy, and there is another 3 thrown up, and this time made by Raymond. Making their numbers from long range a bit more respectable, Maccabi now. 5 of 19. It's Hollatz. Trying to find Mays, but a rare misfire there. That's only the 8th turnover committed by Bayern tonight. Pass a little bit wayward. See the disparity in turnovers, 8 to 15. That's been one of the reasons for the Bayern dominance. Blatt tosses it high into Sorkin, who spins and kicks out a good pass to Clark. And keeps on battling away. Credit to Roman Sorkin. His team on the receiving end of a heavy defeat here. He's on 4 fouls, but he is still fighting hard. Drawing the foul there. Faye Lundberg will check back in. Clark heading to the bench. He has 4 assists tonight. Collision between Raymond and Gabriel. He's actually on Hollatz for a 4th foul of the night. There's Blatt. Again looks for Sorkin inside. He can't score though. Just haven't found their rhythm tonight, Maccabi. You have to credit Bayern's defense for that. Hollatz for Jessup. Justinian Jessup misses for the first time tonight. Bayern unable to find the same kind of accuracy they demonstrated in the 3rd. Gabriel fouls Blatt on the floor. Push to the chest from the big man. That is Gabriel's 3rd, I believe. And Blatt is quickly going to take on another 3 and make it. So they're trying to get back into the game through long-range shooting, Maccabi. That's a 2nd triple of the quarter, and now an offensive foul on Jessup. So Maccabi are making it a little closer here. Not to the extent that there's anything to alarm Bayern as yet. This 4th quarter, seeing Maccabi, at least reducing the gap to less than 20. Let's go check out this review, a coach's challenge.
Okay. Yeah, I got it, control. Okay, no. Yeah. Okay. For me, it's a normal contact. They use the arms to dislodge the defender. Okay, so keep the...
So no change to the original decision, no unsportsmanlike foul there, no excessive force. Just a push off by Jessup. The faces on the Maccabi bench tell the story. They'll be concerned tomorrow to find out the results of whatever scans Lonnie Walker might face with what appeared to be a serious shoulder injury, possibly a dislocation. Looks like they could be without him for a few weeks. Got to finish this game first, though. Lundberg, nice pass behind the back, dropping it off for Leaf, who finishes well. So Coach Pesic might be thinking, okay, this continues, I'll be calling a timeout. Still very comfortable lead, but Maccabi very much the better team at the moment in this fourth quarter. And another miss from Bayern. Gabriel can't score. And here's Blatt now. If he makes another three here, expect Svetislav Pesic to call the timeout. Sends it into Santos, who's battling away off the glass. No good. Rebound picked up by Raymond, and he's fouled. That's a heavy landing for De Silva. It was actually Gabriel who made the foul. De Silva got banged up a second or so earlier. Fourth foul on Gabriel. He's had a pretty quiet night. No rebounds, no points, 4 fouls. Raymond to the line for Maccabi. Well, 2 misses, that's not going to help. Will help Bayern's defensive numbers, which you feel not just tonight, but in the coming weeks are going to be the key for them to try to start climbing the standings. Under Coach Pesic, they're going to get that identity of being a tough team to play against. Here's McCormack back in and immediately drawing the foul. It was interesting seeing the coach's comments before the game. Svetislav Pesic saying, this is our first chance to see if our new ideas are taking shape. And I think you knew that he was talking about defense, getting that identity, being an unpleasant team to counter.
The game clock official review, game clock malfunction.
Let's check.
Well, the refs look at the game clock to make sure that's right.
They say that
it's worth looking back at Maccabi's numbers over the last few weeks. During their 5-game winning run, they scored 83, 92, 97, 85, and 112. And the 3rd highest scorers in the competition. So that puts into context how impressive Bayern's defensive performance has been tonight. Obviously, it's helped that they've not really had to face Lonnie Walker. I mentioned as well for John Di Bartolomeo, Maccabi's captain, who's not made the journey today. Another dangerous 3-point shooter. So Bayern's task made easier through not facing either of them, but still don't take away anything from Svetislav Pesic's team.
Okay, here, you start to it. Yeah, start the chronometer, okay.
Maccabi, over the course of the season, have been one of the best teams in terms of protecting the basketball, only averaging 11.5 turnovers per night.
6 seconds.
Already 15 here today, another indication of the intensity they've been faced with. Bayern winning the rebounding battle at the moment as well. So it's those physical elements of the game that have seen the home team take control and keep control. So less than 6 minutes to play, barring an incredible collapse. Bayern Munich are going to end a 9-game losing run. They're going to end Maccabi's 5-game winning run. Here's McCormack, finds Lucic, and on the buzzer, he's able to finish with the reverse. Again, McCormack with the pass. That's his second assist of the night. What an impressive evening he has given. Foul as Lundberg drives inside. It's not been a sparkling fourth quarter for Bayern, but it's been enough. They've kept it tight, kept it disrupted, not allowed Maccabi to pick up rhythm and start playing quickly as they like to. So who is going to be your fan favourite player tonight? Get that QR code and get voting. Few options. The leading scorer is Vladimir Lucic. He has the best PIR as well. Also been big contributions from McCormack. Jovic directing play from the backcourt. Oscar da Silva with his offensive rebounding. Justinian Jessup with his shooting. McCormack's out there to have some fun now. Leaf was whistled for his second foul. McCormack will be just delighted to be feeling part of things again. Now Obbs, the three. There's McCormack again. And fouled as he grabbed another rebound. Where's he been all season? They've been keeping him under wraps. He's now unleashed. But I think we can be clear that no more will David McCormack be underutilised by Bayern. Between rounds 5 and 11, he didn't have more than 9 minutes involvement in any game. But now McCormack, 12 points last week. That was his season high. He's levelled it this week. 5 rebounds as well. Adding some dynamism and energy and hustle for Bayern in the paint.
He pops, play the pick and roll, or play pick and roll. We want to play two, be up the line. Immediately lift up. High contact, Kellen and TJ. High contact, we just transition, we go big to big and both the switching defense. When you catch it on the pass ahead, think like you rip it. They are over-aggressive. First like you rip it, and then you see. One more push, one more push.
Let's look around the league and see what has happened elsewhere. And the big one in Athens, it's a road victory for Olympiacos, continuing their incredible run of successive victories against Panathinaikos. The usual suspects featuring there. Kendrick Nunn, what a game. 32 points, but to no avail because Nikola Milutinov and Sasha Vezenkov dominated for Olympiacos. The Reds getting the road win. How they would love to repeat that in the Final Four in Athens in May. Who knows? Certainly wouldn't rule it out, would you? Here's McCormack, season high now in scoring. And McCormack, and one, another opportunity for him. So McCormack just underlining his importance now to this Bayern team with another and one opportunity, which he makes the most of. Maybe picking up a few more of your votes in the fan favourite selections as he takes the lead back up to 20. For Maccabi now, all they can try to do in the last few minutes is compete. Blatt here taking the rebound and dropping it in. Very difficult position to be in for the Maccabi players right now. They just want the last few minutes to tick by as quickly as possible, but they've got to be professional. Lucic short in the shot, well defended by Brissett. Now Blatt has 8 points now tonight, but that's going to be an offensive foul on McCormack, who just is everywhere, even drawing a foul from the opposition point guard, who extended his elbow. See, there he did. Just glide his arm up towards the face of McCormack, who maybe did a good job of selling it, but there was contact. It's Polaks for Obst, looking for another three. And it's Andreas Obst with his third of the night from long range. They want 100 points, Bayern. That's sent in for Horde, who's fouled and won. Jalen Horde trying to get his numbers up to what they normally are. Bayern's last victory came way back in round 9, the 6th of November at Paris. Before that, victories have been at home against Virtus, Real Madrid, Milan, Cervena Zvezda, and it was that first victory against Zvezda when they had their highest scoring night of the season, 97 points. So can they get another 11 to beat that? Not helped by that possession with the miss from De Silva, and can't get the offensive rebound. One of the many things they'll be happy with tonight is restricting Maccabi's impact off the backboard, especially at the offensive end. Only 8 for Maccabi so far, as Blatt sends it in here to Leaf, who is fouled. Continuing to play hard, not give up easy baskets. That's going to be the mantra for Bayern from here on in. Lucic picking up his third foul. And Obst with 15 points tonight. Gets recognition from the fans as he goes to the bench. Maybe he'll be featuring in your voting for the fan favourite. Second leading scorer in the game. Justus Polaks for Lucic. Comes off the leg of Lucic, who feels otherwise, wants a challenge. Svetislav Pesic might at this point think, nah, but yeah, he wants it. Looked at. They don't just want to win this game, Bayern. They want to win it convincingly. They want to play right till the end. They don't want this to just fade away into a 7 or 8 point win. They want it to be convincing, really build some confidence. That's why Svetislav Pesic, even at this stage, is saying, okay, we'll have a look at that. I believe my captain. He thinks he didn't touch it last. Let's listen.
Keep the decision, okay? Okay. Yes, yellow ball. Okay. 2:24, so 1 second more.
So nothing there to suggest that Lucic was justified. It seemed clear he had the last touch. That's the conclusion of the refs as well. So it's Maccabi ball. Leaf faking the pass, going inside, trying to score over Lucic, who did enough defensively. More good work from him. Approaching the final 2 minutes. Close to reaching the midway point of the EuroLeague regular season. This is the final game of round 19. Great pass from De Silva and an easy finish for Lucic. He's well on track to be the leading scorer in the game and enjoy his best performance of the season. Finding McCormack, and he keeps going between the two of them for the leading scorer of the game, and Lucic helping the big man go back ahead of him. Great work between the two. And listen to this reaction for him. They love Vladimir Lucic in Munich, approaching 10 years with the club. He's had injury problems the last couple of seasons, but showing tonight at the age of 36 what he can still do. Now here's the three up but off the mark from Lavi. Nobody's leaving. These Bayern fans haven't been able to enjoy a victory in more than, well, I'd say more than nearly 2 months. 6th of November since they last won in the EuroLeague. They want to make the most of this. And here's McCormack. Oh, great pass. And Giffey can finish the play. The rout continues. McCormack with his 3rd assist. Nothing Maccabi can do is going right. McCormack adds another rebound. Giffey, the three-point shooter, hands it off for Polaks. They're not going to make 100 points, are they? Not quite. But what an emphatic night it's been. Jessup, 95. One more basket to equal or maybe overtake their highest scoring night of the season. They had 97 against Zvezda in round 2. There's Leaf. He'll have a second attempt to score. Instead, the three is off the mark, so Bayern need a 3 now. But 98 points and their best scoring night of the season. It's really just a footnote. They probably don't even know, but in fact, they're not even going to bother. Just as Hollatz puts the ball on the floor, that will do it. A very convincing win for Bayern. Certainly